Konami's newest core set, Blazing Dominion, has already been off to a hot start. No pun intended. Obviously, you guys saw the new cards for Jack Atlas and his Red Dragon Archfiend. Now, we have some new train support. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, wait, why the fuck are trains getting more and more support? Trust me, I have no fucking clue. But, yeah, so if you guys don't know, there is a character in the Zexal anime known as Anna Kaboom. She has an obsession for Yuma. Why? I don't know. I don't know. But she is the one that uses the trains. And she almost defeated Yuma, but Yuma was just a little bit better. Obviously with the help of Astral, but you guys already know that's neither here nor there. But over time, her deck had gotten more and more and more support, including in what was it, Legendary Duel Sisters of the Rose, I think it was, where that one was an all-female set, I guess, if you will, which featured new support for Alexis Rhodes, Cyber Angels, Akiza's Rose Plant cards, just to name a couple. So not too bad. So it wasn't too bad, but we do have 5 new cards to talk about in this video, and some of these might just shock you. So let's get straight down into it. Kicking things off, we've got Heavy Knight Babel Decker. So, Babel Decker is a 10-star Earth Machine with 500 attack, 3000 defense, and the second and third effects are both once per turn. The first effect reads, you can normal summon this card without attributing. Excuse me. Second effect reads, if this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon one Earth Machine from your hand. Third effect, Third effect reads, if your opponent activated a card or effect this turn, you can special summon a rank 10 Earth Machine from your extra using this card you control as material, and it is treated as an Exceed summon. So this is basically a one card Exceed summon where you can go into pretty much any rank 10 Exceed that you may have at your disposal. So you can go into you can theoretically you can go normal summon Decker, use its effect to special summon any other Earth Machine to your hand, to your board from your hand. Then if your opponent activated a card like I'll say Mole Charming Fualos, let's just say that as a random example, you can go Decker effect to Exceed summon into a Gustav Max, then go Chainlink 3 called by the Fualos. And as long as your opponent doesn't have anything in response to call by, you can basically just summon out Gustav Max for free, 100% for free. So this is a huge deal. This is probably, I would say, one of the best combo extenders for this entire deck, because a lot of people might not know about this, but Ancient Gears and Trains actually worked pretty well at one point. In fact, I think it topped a couple of YCSs back in the day. So it's been It's been a minute. It has been a minute. Next up, we've got Noctilucent Train Blue Traveler. Which honestly, the artwork looks actually kind of cool. I have to admit, if you really look at it, it kind of gives off low key. It kind of gives off Harry Potter vibes, if you will. So yeah, it's kind of cool. Kind of cool. It low key gives off Harry Potter vibes. So it's kind of cool. By the way, shout outs to the Harry Potter movies. Got the chance to watch them earlier this year. Got to admit, they were pretty cool. Got to admit that. Let's see here. 10-star Earth Machine, 2,500 attack and defense. First effect, let's see here. First effect is a once per turn. Second effect is a once per duel. First effect reads, you can discard this card, add one train connection or revolving switch yard from your deck or grave to your hand. Second effect reads, if this card is in your grave, you can target one other Earth Machine in your grave, special summon it and this card, and you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except for machines. I mean, again, this is yet another really good extender where this is basically spell and trap. Excuse me. This is basically spell and trap Rhoda for the entire deck, and there aren't a whole lot of cards in this deck that can Rhoda out spells or traps. So this is definitely one of those cards that's pretty sick. And funny thing is that it basically acts as a hand trap. So you ditch this card to your grave, and you can add train connection or revolving switch yard again from either the deck or the grave to your hand, and you can use it to just do X thing, basically. And also, it also, if I'm reading this card right, yeah, this is basically Monster Reborn, which is kind of cracked. You got to admit, pretty cool. Next up, we've got Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Rocket, not Max, Rocket. And this be like low key. This gives off Codename Kids Next Door vibes. And I get that there are a lot of people who watch my videos that are I assume who are probably like maybe at least 18. I'll say I at least 18. Trust me when I say this. Codename Kids Next Door back in my day was like one of the best kid shows any kid could ever want to watch. It was good. It was super good. But anyway, Rocket is a rank 10 Earth Machine Exceeds with 5,000 attack, 3,000 defense, and requires 3 level 10 monsters. Once per turn, you can also exceed summon this card by discarding a card, and by using Gustav Max you control. Transfer its materials to this card. The first effect is a once per turn or actually both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads, when your opponent activates a monster effect and this card has material as a quick effect, you can negate that effect. If you do, destroy that monster, then inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. Second effect reads, once per turn during your end phase, detach a material from this card or destroy it. So, I mean, it's basically Solemn Judgment with burn damage. So that's actually kind of sick, and you can easily if this card doesn't have any more materials, you can overlay it into a juggernaut libe, and you're pretty much just off to the races from there, which is pretty cool. And also, again, with Gustav Max, you can detach, deal what I think it's what 2,000 points of damage to your opponent, and then rank Gustav Max off into this card, and then next turn you rank this card off into Juggernaut Libe, and you basically have yourself a beater. You have yourself game pretty much, which is kind of cracked. Next up, we have Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Flying Launcher. Honestly, this actually looks sick. I'm looking at the artwork, and this art looks fucking sick. Holy shit. Konami did a hell of a job with this one. Rank 10 Earth Machine Exceeds, 3,800 attack, 3k defense, 2 level 10 monsters. The first and third effects are both once per turn. The first effect reads, if this card is Exceed summoned, you can add an Earth Machine or Barrage Blast from your deck to your hand. Second effect reads, during your main phase, you can normal summon a machine monster in addition to your normal summoner set, and you can only gain this effect once per turn. Third effect reads, if you you can detach any number of materials from this card. Target that many spells and traps on the field and destroy it. It's basically, so because that this card will gain at least two materials, it essentially becomes a Twin Twister, but without having to discard a card from your hand, which is pretty cracked. You got to admit, it's pretty cool. I mean, again, you're basically being able to. It's basically Rhoda for the entire deck. You get to add a machine monster, or you get to add a Barrage Blast to your hand, which is pretty cracked. And if you do add Barrage Blast, you can play it and then just do something with it, and you're off to the races from there. In fact, I actually want to look that up. Here we are. Barrage Blast. Let's take a look. Once per turn, you can detach any number of materials from Machine Exceeds monsters you control. Target that many cards on the field, destroy them. If a Machine Exceeds monster you control is destroyed by battle or part of card effect, while this card is in your grave, you can banish this card and one Machine Exceeds monster from your grave, and inflict damage to your opponent equal to the banished monster's rank times 200. So this is basically a game changer. 100%, this is like one of the best like game changers out there. Because again, with Barrage Blast, hypothetically speaking, hypothetically speaking, if your end board consists of this card, Flying Launcher, Gustav Max, plus Gustav Rocket and Juggernaut Libe, if you add Barrage Blast to your hand, you set it, and if you use its burn damage effect, you could potentially threaten lethal just with Barrage Blast alone. So that's kind of cool. That's actually kind of cool. But that brings us to the final card of the video, and it is known as Exceptional Schedule. So we've had Special Schedule, we've had Urgent Schedule, now we have Exceptional Schedule. and it is a normal spell with both effects being a once per turn, and the first effect reads add one special schedule or urgent schedule from your deck to your hand. Then you can special summon one scheduled token, which is a 10-star Earth Machine with 3,000 attack and with 3k attack and defense to your opponent's field. And I guess it doesn't say whether to put it in attack or defense position, which is pretty important to say the very least. Second effect reads: you can banish this card from your grave, target one level 10 machine monster in your grave or banishment, send a card you control to the grave, and if you do, special summon that monster. So this is basically DDR, but better. This is better DDR with a way to search out either special or urgent schedule to your hand, and it's a token spam. So if you have a card that lets you take control of tokens on your opponent's side of the field, like I would say Snatch Steal, but I think Snatch Steal is still banned in this format, isn't it? Let me see. Ban list. Here we are. I think Snatch Steal is still banned, isn't it? No, it is not. It's actually legal at one cop. Okay. Okay. So it is legal. Okay. So hypothetically speaking, if you have Snatch Steal in hand, you can go Snatch Steal the token, and you can use it to literally link it off into whatever link one that they may have at your disposal. So that's actually kind of sick. I have to admit that is pretty sick. Speaking of cards, I do want to show off as well. As well, I want to show off something from the Duelist Box Prismatic Summon set. If you guys remember, that set features at least one new card for every summoning mechanic in the game, which is Fusion, Ritual, Synchro, Exceeds, Pendulum, and Link. We had already gotten the reprints for most of the summoning mechanics, but I never showed off the reprints for the links for the Link summoning. So I figured, as a bit of a side note, I would reveal them right now. So those reprints are Cap Shell, Four Mood Skipper, Rasvelger, the Desperate Doom Eagle, Exceed the Pendulum, Dynamondo, Subterra Behemoth Fiendus, Donner Dagger for Hire, Armiller, the Star Leader Dragon, Ferocious Flame Swordsman, Haggard Lizardos, and Clara and Rushka, the Ventral Duo, which I've never seen that card. I don't think I ever talked about that card on the channel. What the fuck does that do? Let's see what this does. Let's see what this card does. I've never seen this card before. I don't think I ever talked about it. Let's see here. Earth. Let's see here. Earth Spellcaster, Link 1, 0 attack, 1 normal summon or set monster. Cannot be Link summoned except during main phase 2. Oh, okay, it's not bad. It's not too bad. I mean, to be fair, a lot of these can't really be used all that much anymore in this format, but they're still pretty decent. So I mean, it's possible that those cards can be used again in today's meta, but you never know. But as far as the new train support goes, Definitely gonna be interesting to see what kind of deck we can be looking at. But for the most part, the train deck it was more of a rogue strategy. But with these cards, who knows? Who knows? But with that being said, that'll do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.